What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic. Again, welcome to the finals of the BBR. We are trying to go back to back. We're trying to go back to back, and we have an opportunity to do it. And I am so nervous. We are playing against Gray and his Vancouver Titans. He is not actually from Vancouver. Fun fact. Everyone apparently gets that wrong, and I got it wrong too. But it is actually going to be 2 a.m. for him when we're playing this. I'm surprised, but that's what we're going to be going with. He, I believe, has a shift of work or something, and that's why his sleep schedule is a little bit different from my understanding. But regardless, let's just hope for a really good game and something that's going to be entertaining, but also really competitive and going to hopefully teach you guys a lot. I put in a lot of work into this build. This should be a longer team builder, so if you guys want to stick around for it, make sure to do that. If you don't, go ahead and skip into the battle. There should be the chapters down on the timeline to see. But no, man. Okay, before we do get started, I do want to give a huge thank you and shout outs to my front office. They have all been such amazing, helpful people. And a couple people that aren't in the front office as well helped out. Liv gave me a hand, so did Ultra Player Josh did. Other than that, we had Tone, we had Meta Knight King who provided me with like 5 mocks, so shout out to him. Hayes was a big help, Granky as well, very like last minute help, but very much helpful indeed. Other than that, Jay was helpful too, and like everyone else, those are just people I believe that helped me out with this specific battle, but everyone else in the front office has helped us out to get to this point, and that's we could not do it without them, so shout out to them. Before we continue, let's go ahead and hear from our sponsor.
This battle is brought to you by Ocean Spray, the fake unofficial sponsor of MattOshea and the Montreal Milotics. Ocean Spray. Taste the crisp motion of the ocean.
Let's go ahead and jump into the matchup. You guys see it on your screen right now. This team has Zygarde, Heatran, and Tapu Fini as a Fairy Dragon Steel Core, and it is very, very difficult to beat. I'm really nervous about it. Oh man. So without Fini, Urshifu just destroys him. Without Lycanroc, Moltres just comes in and sits on anything and does tons of work. So it's really unfortunate they're there. And then there's Pangoro, which my team really doesn't have any switch-ins to, which is terrifying. And honestly, at the very end of the roster, you guys see Greedent. Now, Greedent has come 9 times for this guy. That's the same amount of times that Heatran has come. It is tied for the second most amount on this team, or the third most amount rather. Zygarde came to I think 13 games, and Tapu Fini came to 12 games, and then it's Heatran and Greedent at 9. Insane. Hopefully he doesn't bring it because I do have an Urshifu, and if he does bring it, hopefully it's not a setup variant with Stockpile. If it's just Swords Dance, I'm okay with that, but if it's Stockpile and Swords Dance, that's scary, so we'll see how it goes. It is a Ghost immunity as well, which does suck, but I'm nervous. I'm really nervous for this game. I've been dreading it for a long time. Usually I would have this game done about a week from the time I'm recording it, at least a week from when the video would be going up, but we're playing this game 3 days before it goes up, which is crazy. We're hoping for a W. We're hoping to go back to back. Let's see if we can do it. This is going to be the team that we are going to take to the finals of the BBR for season number 3, trying to go back to back. Starting off with our Swampert here. Jill is our Zygarde check. We have Ice Beam, Earthquake, Flip Turn, and Protect. Protect is there for 2 reasons. The big one is to make sure we can get back a lot of recovery from the grassy terrain that we might have and from the leftovers, just to make sure we have something more consistent in terms of recovery, but also because, and I felt this was really important, it came from my mocks before my front office team saw the team that I was bringing. I'm kind of expecting a Power Herb Solar Beam Heatran to be a thing, because outside of, well, Solar Beam, Heatran can't really touch Swampert because there's no Hidden Power Grass. And that's a really big deal because without Hidden Power Grass, it has to run a 2-turn attacking move. If I match it at the Protect off on the right turn, on the Power Herb Solar Beam popping, ooh, we are in a good spot. Flip Turn is there for momentum. Obviously, Earthquake to hit things like the Heatran. It does really good work against the Tapu Fini. And then we also have Ice Beam there for the Zygarde specifically. With our investment, we are not 3-hit KO'd by Adamant, Zygarde's 1,000 Arrows after Rocks and our Leftovers recovery. And we are also not 2-hit KO'd by Banded, Adamant, Arrows after Leftovers, and we're also not 2-hit KO'd by Adamant Scar Pangoro's Close Combat after Rocks, and the rest was put into my special defense there to take tons of hits, as many as possible. Now, this set is really useful in a lot of different ways. One of the biggest reasons that it shows how useful it is that it can kind of check a certain Tapu Fini that I'm expecting to come, given certain things go right, and I'll explain that more after I talk about my next mon. But the Tapu Fini that I'm really afraid of is a Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Draining Kiss, and Surf or Scald, or just a water move in general Tapu Fini. If it brings Store Power, then fine, but the water move is what I'm more afraid of anything because I only have 1 water resist, and that's the Thwacky. So I'm worried about that set, and this is where the next set comes in to kind of deal with that. And our next set is going to be our Metagross. Now, Metagross is running Meteor Mash, Stomping Tantrum, Ice Punch, and Trick with the Choice Scarf. Now, originally I was running Agility with these 3 attacking moves instead of Stomping Tantrum. I had Earthquake, so originally I was running Raikou over Thwackey, but the reason I switched over to this specifically is because that Tapu Fini set destroys me. It honestly can just beat me 1v1. If Urshifu, if it wasn't a Fairy type, if it did not resist Dark and Fighting, if it did not resist both those types, then Urshifu could just say, nah, no worries, Wicked Blow, I'm good to go. But because it resists those 2 moves, it's such a pain. The fact that it's a Fairy typing against Draining Kiss too, that's a pain. If it got Moonblast only, I wouldn't be too concerned about that set. But the fact that it gets Draining Kiss now makes it so much more difficult to deal with. The second I see that thing go for Iron Defense or Calm Mind, in comes Metagross. Metagross will click Trick. I cannot mess around that thing. It can just win the game outright. I don't know if he'll prepare for that, but Granky and Meta Knight King both brought the same set to my mock without talking to each other, without seeing any mocks from each other. They both brought that same set, and both of them did really good against me. It was very tough to beat. So hopefully we can get some boosts at the appropriate time with Meteor Mash. Hopefully we can get the KO on the Zygarde that we want, and ideally we can trick the Fini to not allow it to beat us that way. If it's a defensive Fini, it's not as worrisome to me. I can trick something else, like a set of Greedent. I can trick something like a Heatran to lock into something so my Swampert doesn't have to worry about it getting Power Herb Solar Beam to death. I can trick the Zygarde with a Choice Scarf. That'd be kind of cool too, so it can't boost its attack at all. But that's the big thing here. Our investment on this set, it looks very simple: max attack, Adamant Nature, max HP, or max speed rather, and 4 in special defense. But it's actually pretty important because with this set, with our speed, we actually just barely outspeed a Jolly Scarf Pangoro with our Choice Scarf, and we also outspeed it if it's got no Choice Scarf, and we're got no Choice Scarf. And we do also outspeed a non-scarfed anything. So if he brings a non-scarfer, we will outspeed with Metagross, and that's very useful to have because we can fire off amazing damage against my opponent's entire team, and ideally we can really break it because Zero the Metagross is the kill leader in the BBR, and hoping that it can just lead us to victory here. I'm so nervous about it because if he doesn't bring the Fini set and I trick and it goes wrong, or if he switches out expecting something different and I trick and it's not the Fini and he brings that Fini, then oh my god, look, the best case scenario, he does not bring that Tapu Fini. That is the best case scenario. So we'll see what happens, but that's what I'm expecting to come, and if it does come, I'll be very sad. Moving on to our next mon, it is finally going to be time for MattOshea coming in clutch in the semifinal battle against Vepsis, picking up, I believe it was 4 kills. Still doesn't have double-digit kills on the season, but we're looking to change that as we also go for the chip here. Now, I'm also running a very simple Urshifu here as well, and now believe me, I'm not trying to run a very simple set here, I'm not, but this is just what it's going to be. Wicked Blow, Drain Punch, U-Turn, and Poison Jab. I'm not clicking Poison Jab unless the Tapu Fini is in on the field and it's in range. That is the only time I'm clicking Poison Jab. I'm telling myself that right now because I don't want to make a prediction expecting the Tapu Fini to come in and it ends up being like the Heatran or the Mawile or something random like, I don't know, the Zygarde. And yeah, I get the chance to poison, but I don't want that. I want to do damage to everything. Wicked Blow does that for me. Drain Punch does that for me. The problem is with this, and this is where the problem is, I need to be so careful around the Tapu Fini. Ideally, I bring this in on something like the Decidueye as soon as I find out that it's like leftovers or not Culver Berry essentially, click Wicked Blow. Same deal with the Slowking. The Galarian Slowking doesn't get anything to touch the Urshifu outside of like Focus Blast, and if it goes for Focus Blast, fine, I go for U-Turn. Whatever the case is, I gotta play around it. We'll see what the case is going to be. 70% chance to hit. It's going to be tough, but we'll see what happens. Every time that comes in, Urshifu kind of goes ham and basically gets a good chunk of chip on everything except for it gets a good chunk of chip off on the Fini, but it does so much damage off to everything else, and that's why we have it there. Originally, I just had speed for the Zygarde, but instead I decided to go with max speed with a Timid Nature, or Jolly Nature, excuse me. The reason for that is because I was mocking Liv, and she ran a Tapu Fini with 20 EVs in speed, which was basically what was left over after having enough investment to take a Raiku's Thunderbolt while at +1, to take a couple of Metagross hits at +2, because she was running that same Iron Defense Fini, and once I tricked it, she actually sped tied. It was a speed tie. She got to 162 speed, I got to 162 speed as our base speed stats, and that was a speed tie. So it was going to be a 50-50. Now it has to run at least 28 EVs in its speed to be able to outspeed or speed tie at least, my Urshifu. So we'll see if that's the case. Gonna be tough, but if we can find that out, if we find out that's slow, then that's great news for us, and we can just play from there. And even if it does get tricked the Scarf, we can still outspeed it and go for a Poison Jab and really do amazing things to it. And if we manage to lock that thing in, if we manage to trap it and get it locked in to Iron Defense or Calm Mind, then Urshifu just has a wonderful time against this team, and I'm really hoping that can be the case for us. No close combat because I don't want to lower my defensive stats against something like the Pangoro or something like the Lycanroc. The Roselia Berry there is specifically for the Lycanroc's Play Rough. I know it gets close combat, but I'm more worried about Play Rough. I can actually take a close combat. That's not the concern. Play Rough is the issue, and at the same time, if let's say I find out he's not running Draining Kiss or something on the Tapu Fini, and I expect him to go for Moonblast, then we're probably not going to take the hit, I'll be honest. We're probably not going to, unless it's got no investment, but it's something there at least. So Roselia Berry, big thing, not for the Fini, mostly there for the Lycanroc. I know it could be kind of useless as an item, but it's just too important to pass up. I really need to have that because the Lycanroc is such a pain for my team to deal with. The only mon on my team that really is okay with taking hits is the Swampert, and Swampert is too important to the rest of the team to be taking hits from Lycanroc. So yeah, moving on, our next mon is going to be Too Spooky the Haunter here with the Focus Sash, Shadow Ball, Icy Wind, Dazzling Gleam, and Sludge Wave. This set hits everything for amazing damage except for the goddamn Heatran. I wish this thing got Focus Blast or Hidden Power Ground or Mud Slap even. Just something to hit ground types. It would have been amazing because Heatran is such a thorn in my side this matchup. It gets Flame Body, which I'm terrified of. In the mocks actually I had against Meta Knight King, I think I might have gone 5 or 6 chances to go for a move that would inflict Flame Body 30% of the time, and it inflicted it, I think, all but once. So I'm hoping we don't have that luck that's that bad. It is our lead here. It is a Sash lead Haunter here with speed to speed tie the Zygarde. That is the big thing. We can Icy Wind it to lower its speed even more, but also it's 4 times effective and will do a ton of damage to the Zygarde, but also it lowers the speed of some other really notable threats. Let's say I am worried about something like the Tapu Fini, and it does have a little bit of speed on it. I can Icy Wind it to weaken it, lower its speed. Honestly, I'd probably go for Sludge Wave, but at the end of the day, it's mostly there for the Zygarde. It helps me out a bit with the, I guess, the Lycanroc, depending on certain situations. But yeah, that's really it. The Rotom Fan would probably drop, I believe, to 2 Sludge Waves or 2 Shadow Balls, so I'm not going to be really worried about that. But again, really, it's just there for the Zygarde. I just wish this thing got a ground move or a fighting move. It doesn't, and that really, really hurts. It sucks. It sucks. Sludge Wave is there specifically for the Fini, of course. I was debating running Sludge Bomb for the extra chance to poison, but there's no real reason to run that when my opponent has access to Misty Terrain and Misty Surge, which will make it so I can't even poison it regardless. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Shadow Ball does have a 20% chance to lower special defense. We'll see if that ends up playing a role. I mean, I'd be surprised if it did, but yeah, look, this set could be very good for us. It could be very strong. If he does not lead with Heatran, or does not bring the Greedent, then this set really breaks his team efficiently. I just lead with this thing. Maybe it's Slowking, maybe it's Zygarde, maybe it's Fini, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's Decidueye and he expects to go for a free U-turn. I just fire off a Shadow Ball and I do tons of damage to everything. Heatran, a specially defensive Heatran, should be like just about 3 hit KO'd by Shadow Ball. And that is kind of what we're hoping for, to break that thing, which will be very useful for our next mon. That is going to be King Julian the Thwackey. Originally, I had Raikou on this set on his team over Thwackey. Reason we're going with Thwackey here is because it is a backup check to the Fini and to the Zygarde as well. And at the same time, if I manage to chip down the Heatran or get it completely gone and it's just out of the game, then at +2 the set goes in. It is so strong, especially if we don't get burned or we have grassy terrain up, basically. That's the big thing. Grassy Glide gives me priority, of course. In terrain, it's super powerful, and I get the +2 boost from Swords Dance to be able to break subs from Zygarde, really go in. Knockoff allows me to get rid of items on something like the Heatran to make it so it can't get that passive recovery, make it so it can't get access to its Power Herb anymore, so then Swampert is a complete check to it no matter what. Honestly, it's a phenomenal set here. It can be really powerful. The speed on it is there for, I believe it was the Heatran itself. Heatran reaches base 77 overall speed, and Thwackey gets base 80, so we're able to outspeed that. No Drain Punch though, so we have to rely on knockoffs, but a +2 knockoff should do like 40% at least to the Heatran, so if we can manage to get that damage off, that'd be absolutely amazing for us. Really benefits the team incredibly. It lets us control terrain as well. We can get that extra bit of recovery for the Swampert. Yes, we're weakening our Earthquake on Swampert, and we're forced to run Stomping Tantrum on Metagross instead of Earthquake, but it's super important nonetheless, and it really destroys his team. It allows me to have a Grass Resist as well for the Decidueye that isn't weak to its other stab in Ghost like the Metagross would be. That's basically it. It also allows me to it gives me a way to efficiently attack the Lycanroc Day. That's one thing. It forces it to go for an Accel Rock, which I can then fire off a Grassy Glide, which will do a ton of damage to it. I'm nervous about this set, but if I manage to get in on a Tapu Fini, then oh boy, I can get to +2, and it can be a really, really big roller coaster, and it can really be effective against this team. So I'm hoping that that's the case. We'll see what happens with this Thwackey. Really no crazy defensive spread on this, but it is what it is. And honestly, right now, you guys are seeing, I've only brought one wall, and everything else is pretty much offensive. We have an offensive Metagross, we have an offensive Urshifu, we have an offensive Haunter and Thwackey, even though it's a Violite and it's there to take multiple hits. It actually does take quite a few hits from the Zygarde. Like, I believe Zygarde doesn't like 3-hit KO it, which is insane. I believe it doesn't even 4-hit KO it. So yeah, it's crazy. But moving on, our next Mon, our final Mon is going to be Diancie with the Rindo Berry this week. That is there specifically for the Decidueye in case it's running something like Leaf Blade or Leaf Storm or whatever, but probably more so than not, I'm worried about Leaf Storm, or Leaf Blade, excuse me. But this set has speed there. I believe it was there for, if I double check, speed for anything that is not Scarfed and for Jolly Scarf Pangoro while we are at +2. So it has to go for Bullet Punch to outspeed us when we are at +2 speed from Rock Polish. That's it. Originally, we were looking at Trick Room. Trick Room, not that efficient. The Slowking, still outspeeds under Trick Room, and it wears off. But if I get to +2 from a Rock Polish, if I get to +1, maybe even +2 from a Calm Mind, and the Decidueye is weakened or gone, I can really just win the game. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to do here. So we're going to see what happens. This set is very, very good. It actually will OHKO a Mawile if it's max HP, which is insane. It's not guaranteed, I believe, but it's still very, very crazy nonetheless. And hopefully we can manage to really wear down his team so that this set can win. Originally, we were leftovers over Rindo Berry, but Josh pointed out that we don't really need leftovers and Draining Kiss. We only need one or the other, and I decided to keep Draining Kiss a little bit of extra recovery because it does more in terms of recovery for us than Rindo Berry would. Maybe that's a mistake and I want to go for Moonblast instead, but having the ability to really break his team with Draining Kiss and recover back HP is super useful to me. So we'll see what it is. I'm nervous. I'm hoping we can get the W. This is scary, guys. I'm so nervous. Can we become 2-time champions of the BBR? Can we become the only 2-time champions of it? Can we go back to back after winning our first Wi-Fi League ever in the BBR Season 2? Can we go and win our second in BBR Season 3? What will happen? Guys, you're gonna have to stick around to find out. I know we've been doing a lot of the comments down below where like I list the food or something, but this time I want to do something different. I want you guys to tell me what your favorite food is so that way I get ideas for what to suggest for the next time around. So for example, I love pizza. I'll say pizza, for example. Do you guys like, I don't know, souvlaki or whatever? Souvlaki is a great food if you guys don't know that. If you guys like pasta, it doesn't matter. Comment it down below. Love to hear it. And also let me know your thoughts on the team and of course on the battle. But guys, it's time. It's time. A BBR finals. Let's do it. All right, everyone, welcome back. It is the finals. It is time. We are here. Liv is recording our battle for the last time. I'm nervous. So he brings an interesting team. I literally thought anything could come except for the Pinsir, and the Pinsir came. All right, so Pinsir, I believe, I did not prep for it. It has 85 base speed, so not the greatest, and it is a bug type, which resists my Thwackey. It's another problem there. It also is pretty bulky. Ooh, we'll see what happens. Okay, looking at this, my lead here is going to be too spooky. We know that. That is my lead. 100%. He does bring the Pangoro, which is unfortunate, at least a little bit, but we do have Dazzling Gleam on our Haunter for it anyways, which is nice. And yeah, we're gonna do this. The Slowking does come as well. Slowking is an answer to a few different things, but it's good because my Diancie can kinda-ish set up on it a little bit, especially considering the Decidueye did not come. No Decidueye is massive for me. I will definitely take that. If I can get to +2 with Diancie, I could just win the game, to be honest. So but I have to get to +2 from my speed and at least +1 in my special attack. But it's finals time. I'm nervous, but let's do it. We're going for a title. We're going for back-to-back titles against Gray and his Vancouver Titangs. Let's cue the music. Let's see what's gonna happen. All right, what is his lead of choice going to be? What is his lead of choice going to be? Water Noose. Slowking. I'm cool with that. We just fire off a very, very free Shadow Ball here. There's really not much that this thing wants to do to us back. So if we go Slowking, Galar, if it's Assault Vest, it'll eat the hit pretty well, but we just go for a very free Shadow Ball. If it's Assault Vest, max special attack, max special defense, Timid, we do 29 to 35, which isn't much to be fair, but it's still a good chunk of damage nonetheless. So we'll be able to do that and get off some good damage against the Slowking. Ideally, it's like Culver Berry or something, and that way we can do a lot more damage because I feel like it's going to be Culver, to be honest, to lure in the Urshifu. If it's not Assault Vest, it's max special defense, max HP. It takes 42 to 51 from Shadow Ball. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So leader choice ends up being good. We're going to get a guaranteed hit off here. As he stays in, is it going to be Assault Vest? That is on the border there, as it goes for foul play. Interesting. So that's going to bring it down to not our stash, I believe, as that's about half, and we can go for another Shadow Ball here. So let's think. Let's think. Does he switch out here? I think he switches on to Pangoro. Let's make a play and go for Dazzling Gleam. Let's do it. Let's go for Dazzling Gleam and make the play. Let's do that. Why not? Maybe he thinks I'm Scarfed. Goes hard into Pangoro, tries to get an advantage here. If I lose this, I lose it. It's fine. This thing is regenerated anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's about 40%. That makes sense for it. Stays in. Unfortunate. It's okay though. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. As he goes for Side Shot, gets the KO on it. So that's fine. I would like to get more chip off on it for sure, but if I go to Urshifu here, let's get a look. Urshifu. If he's Culber, again, I don't think Culber, that's gonna be the play, but let's see, what did he bring? He brought one immunity to, or a couple resists. One resist to ground, being the pincer. But I can just go freely for a ground move with my Swampert, can't I? Or I can go into Diancie. Let's go into Diancie, I believe. Let's take a look. I want to see how much the Diancie's taking from Psyshock. Psyshock, 30 to 35. And I believe we can just go ahead and do that, right? Let's go, because there's the Heatran. I go for a Calm Mind here. What's the play? Because I'm worried about Culber now. Let's go into Diancie. Let's do that. Diancie it is. If I make a misplay in the finals, it is what it is. We just got to play the game. I want to get into this thing and really do damage, and we can definitely do that. We're going to go for a Calm Mind here. I believe I just want to take a look and see how much Heatran is going to do to me back. We'll see that. Heatran, especially defensive, with Flash Cannon once at level 50. Let's see, Flash Cannon. Boom. 78 to 96. What would he go into? Maybe Pinsir. Does Pinsir get a Steel move? It's Iron Defense only. Or do I just go for a... I think we go for the... God damn, I'm making a lot of tough decisions early on. Flash Cannon doesn't kill me if he's got no investment, but he's going to have some investment for sure. Let's go for the Calm Mind here. We'll go for the Calm Mind. See what he wants to do to me. We'll take a look. Calm Mind. So he stays in. We're at +1 in our special defense and defense. He's going to stay in. Slowking. Doesn't get toxic. What's he going to do here? Grass Knot? Scald. Okay. That's not too bad. No burn either. At this point in time, I believe we can go for a... Do we go for the Rock Polish on this turn? I think we do. We'll go for the Rock Polish here. Yeah, we'll go for the Rock Polish. We'll get to +2. Let's see if he goes into Heatran here. Stays in again. Imagine another Scald. So Slowking. Sludge Bomb this time. Going for the poison. Doesn't get it. Let's go for an Earth Power. Go for the Earth Power here. And let's see, does it get the KO on it? It does not. Goes for another Sludge Bomb here. 30%. Doesn't get it. Let's take a look and see how much Draining Kiss is going to do. Draining Kiss to Slowking, Galarian. We did about half that thing. I don't think it matters too much. We just go for the Earth Power here. We just do that. We just go for Earth Power. Honestly, I think he has to bring in Pangoro and go for a Bullet Punch here. That's his only play, because at +1 we do tons of damage to everything. Or +2 speed. I would have loved to, if I just got the KO on this damn Slowking. If I just weakened it more, that would have been great for me. But we got rid of the Slowking. Slowking was possibly Culber Berry. I think it was Assault Vest, to be honest, based on the investment that I see. Considering that he had 4 attacking moves: Foul Play, Scald, Sludge Bomb, and Psyshock. I'm kind of regretting being Rindo now, of course, because nothing gets a grass move, really. I mean, Heatran gets Solar Beam, but that's, like, besides the point. If he goes Pangoro, he's gonna go for a Bullet Punch. Gertie, what is that? Feeny, okay. Tapu Fini. Do we go for a Draining Kiss here against it? I think we do, don't we? Yeah, we go for the Draining Kiss here. Let's go for it. We haven't revealed it yet. Scald would do 30 to 36 if he's got no investment. That's some good damage there. Get back with over half. As these helmets, interesting. Scald, okay. We do take it. Is it going to burn us here? It does not. We're not going to take this next one. So I think Earth Power is going to do more, which it will. So we're going to go for the Earth Power here to weaken it more. We'll do that. And that's going to do more damage, so might as well. That's good damage. As it goes for a Scald and gets the KO on us. Okay. I think that was telepathy. There's no terrain here. That's telepathy. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I mean, I can go into Urshifu and click Poison Jab, can't I? Right? Oh man, I wish I was the Metagross I had before, the Agility Metagross. The Heatran's not weak enough to Thwacky yet, so I can't do that. And there's a Pinsir too. But if I go into Thwacky and click Knock Off, I'm in a good position still. So let's go into Thwacky and click Knock Off here. We're going to do that. We're going to go to Thwacky. Whatever comes in is in at some recovery. It'll get that, which is fine. But we get our terrain. It was a telepathy Tapu Fini. Interesting. Let's go for the knockoff here. If Pinsir comes in, Pinsir comes in. If Pangoro comes in, we get rid of whatever its item is. As is going to be Needle Knight. That is Pinsir, right? It is. Okay. That's some solid damage there, as is Boots. What do I do here? What do I switch into? I mean, we can go to Metagross and freely click some attacks here, can't we? Don't really know if I want to do that just yet, though. Man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good here. We'll just go for a U-turn here, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what he does. He should outspeed me. So we'll see. No, as we outspeed him, so he's defensive. Does it get knockoff? I believe it does. I don't think it's gonna go for a fighting move. I think it goes for a bug move, if anything. Pinsir against my Urshifu. X-Scissor does less than half to me. Well, let's go into Urshifu here. Let's do that. Let's go into Urshifu. Let's see. X-Scissor, yeah. That'll do at most 45% if it's Jolly, which I don't think it is. That might be Adamant, actually. That's fine. We do outspeed. And we should get a KO on this with Wicked Blow. But on the off chance he's like max HP, because that was what? That did like 70 plus points of health. That's like, that could definitely be Adamant. Like a low roll for Adamant. Part of me wants to U-turn out, expecting a close combat here. Let's go for the U-turn. Let's go for the U-turn. Let's switch out. I don't want to lose my Urshifu, which is a win con for me right now, to a bulky Pinsir. That can't happen. That can't happen at all. As he switches out, so we'll take that as well. He's probably going to go to the Feeny here. Heatran. The Heatran instead. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. No Flame Body. Good. Let's go hard into the... Oh, how many turns of terrain are left? We came in on the Feeny after got a KO. We went for knockoff. We went for U-turn. That's 2. We went into Urshifu, and that's 3, so it's not enough turns though. So that's unfortunate, but let's see. Let's go into Swampert here. Let's go into Swampert. And again, we'll see if there's gonna be leftovers, then we don't have to worry about the Solar Beam. We'll see. Can't tell. We're gonna go for Protect here. We're gonna find out if he's got the tech. Please go for Solar Beam here. Go for Solar Beam. Shit. Shit. Okay. Okay. Interesting. It's got sub. Let's go for a flip turn here. Again, he still hasn't revealed if he's Power Herb or not, but we're gonna go for the flip turn. Does he go for the Solar Beam here, or does he get me? Because that's like a great play if he gets me there with the Protect. Like, I don't know how he would have expected that. God damn it, man. He's got it. He's got the goddamn power. Oh my god. Congrats to... Yep. God, I don't know how he expected the Protect there. What were you thinking? What were you expecting? Protect? That's so unfortunate. He's just been playing around us all game long, and now he has sub up as well. That's so bad. Oh my god, I feel totally counter-teamed here. I'm so surprised that he brought that. God damn. We gotta go into Urshifu here. We gotta click Wicked Blow. This game's over. Like it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be looking like a 5-0 essentially. I just didn't make the plays I needed to, and it looks like our title defense is gonna come up short. There's nothing I can do at this point. If he didn't have a sub up, maybe, but he's probably Chople Berry. We're gonna go for the Drain Punch here to get back some recovery at least. But yeah, the Chople Berry is not gonna pop with a sub. Like I don't know why. Like who just thinks like, you know what? Yeah, he's gonna expect the Power Herb. I'm just gonna go for the sub instead. Like if I go for a water move there, and you're screwed. If I go for a ground move there, you're still screwed. Magma Storm, does he connect? He does connect as well. 75% accurate. That's some KOs, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna KOs now. Oh, this game. God damn it. It's a quick one too. It's a quick one. We just got completely annihilated here. Let's go into Metagross. Let's click Stomping Tantrum here. Stomping Tantrum it up. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I put so much time into this. The front office and I worked so hard on this, and it feels like we just got completely counter-teamed. Shucka? Nope, no Shucka. So we do get the KO, right? Yeah, we got the KO on this. Super. Oh, man, that's so unfortunate. Like, it's technically not over, and I can freely go for Meteor Mashes now, I guess. But the Zygarde is still around. The Zygarde is spooky. Maybe he doesn't have speed for the Metagross, and he might think that we're running a faster Metagross than no Scarf. And he's worried about the Ice Punch now, who knows? But at this point, we're just playing for diff, guys. It's looking not great. Like maybe if I knew he was running the, what is the word I'm looking for? The Assault Vest on the Slowking, I might have gone for into the Urshifu instead and played it differently, but it hasn't been my best game. But at the same time, he played really well. The substitute, the prep there on that was great, and it got me. I probably should have scouted again, but this is the Pangoro, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go for the Stomping Tantrum. Let's just do it. Well, let's beat it. Well, let's beat it no matter what. Probably goes for a knockoff here, to be honest. And yeah, that's actually solid damage. Oh, it's a crit. That's why. As he goes for a knockoff here, that's gonna get the KO, isn't it? Yep, it does. Don't know if it's Scarfed or not. We don't know yet. But we go into Thwacky here. We go into Thwacky, and I think we click. Does Swords Dance? Does plus one? Does neutral KO? That's the question. Thwacky against Pangoro. It's banded. Knockoff will do not enough to KO me actually. A neutral Grassy Glide does enough to KO. It is 42 to 50. So let's just go for the Grassy Glide here. Let's just do that in case he is banded. We want to keep as much HP as possible. So we go for Grassy Glide. It's going to get the KO. It does. So he's got a weakened Pinsir-ish. Not really, it's not even weakened, I'd say. Needle Knight. Yeah, Pinsir ends up being a really good bring. Like, Pinsir had no use to this team outside of my outside of my Thwackey, honestly. But let's take a look. Thwackey against Pinsir. Again, I'm pretty sure it's Adamance. Pinsir +2, and he has the if I had 1 mon left over, I had literally 1 mon left over. Pinsir's gonna destroy me. If it's Adamant, actually a chance to Oko. 89 to 106, insanity. What do we do here? Do we go for? We can't KO unless we get to +2 and get a crit. And even then, it's not gonna matter. So we gotta get to +2. It's our only option to win the game here. So we go to +2. We go for Grassy Glide, and we hope we crit. Even then, it's gonna be a roll, and it's probably not gonna matter because he is going to be what is the word I'm looking for? Trying to think of the name. Bulky. Yeah, he's Adamant as well. Let's hope we get a crit, and fingers crossed. It's probably not gonna matter because he's bulky. Honestly, like, I'm so surprised he went into the Heatran, but let's go for Grassy Glide. Hope we get a crit. Let's see what happens. But Grassy Glide it up. Do we crit? Nope, guys. That's it. We take a loss. We get to the finals and we lose here. I felt so comfortable in this matchup here after a little while. It was a really tough game. It really was, but he just made the right plays. He got the 50-50 rights on the sub versus the solar beam, or he got the 50-50 rights. I don't want to call it 50-50, but him going into Heatran on my Urshifu made no sense to me at all, but it paid off, and that got him to the position where he could do that with the Swampert. If I had Swampert around still, it would have been a great spot. Damn it. That sucks. That really sucks. Oh, man. I really felt we had a chance here. The matchup was so difficult. But hey, it ended up being the set that I was worried about didn't even come. And if I was running my normal set, my normal Metagross set, if I was running not this Thwackey, if I ran my original sets, I think we actually had a better chance. But you have to prepare for everything, and I thought that this set, these 6 Pokemon, prepare us the best. Damn it. That sucks. Congrats to Gray for winning the title. We haven't beaten him quite a bit now. He beat us in Season 1 beginning, or Season 2, our first season in the BBR in the very first battle, Keldeo versus Urshifu Rapid Strike, and now Pangoro beats Urshifu Single Strike, so I guess he's able to beat Urshifu with the non-Urshifu variants of those Pokemon. And yeah, man, that sucks. That really sucks. Thank you, Liv, for recording our side of the battle for almost the entirety of the season. Really, it has been an incredible help. We wouldn't have the content without her right now, so thank you to her. I'm super disappointed that we didn't end up getting the win here. It would have been great, but it wasn't meant to be. We had a special run with a really special team. I'm just hoping we get another opportunity to do that as well. Damn. Like, I want to say more. So many things I want to say, but I just feel like, damn. What else do I want to say here? We have the kill leader on our team, so that's great. And the top 2 kill leaders on our team. We just didn't make the right plays around them. We didn't get a chance to even come with Urshifu and really click buttons. If I click Wicked Blow once against this team, if I go into Wicked to Urshifu and click Wicked Blow on the Slowking, I'm in an amazing position. Instead, I go into Diancie, try to set up. If I try to set up after the fact, I would be in a great spot. If I set up on something that's like a Pangoro that is, we know is Scarf Lock to knockoff or something, I'm in an amazing position. And no, I didn't do that. If I go into it on anything else, I'm in a great spot. I just didn't. Damn. Well, you live and you learn. I'm going to feel better about this, going to get a good night's sleep and wake up feeling rested and forget about this and move on because I got APA and NCP to build for and play. So, guys, thank you for watching this season of the BBR. If you guys learned something new along the way, let me know what you did learn down in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts on the battle were as well. Leave a like on the video. Congrats to Gray for picking up the title here. Good for him. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you all next time.